Jacksonville. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. That should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 34.
A gain of 34 yards.
We had an idea that they might come out and challenge the secondary, but I don't know if we thought it'd be right out of the gate on the very first play of the game. But they did so successfully, they've got to feel good about how things have started.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 4. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken way up at the 25. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Jaguars 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he'll be tackled inside his own 15. The decision to bring it out cost him some yardage. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Out to his left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that one. Both sides have...
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees, his 2nd touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now Brees will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. They'll turn to Kamara. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass.
to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
And 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down 15-0 here already, needing to jumpstart this offense. 1st and 10. A first carry now for Thompson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Number 34.
You're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Thompson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Now Minshew. Connection made with Chenault. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh shot of down.
1st and 10 at the 35.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. There, this is picked up by the Saints. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race.
Pass him it is.
Past the 20.
Pass him it is.
10, 5. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
The Saints.
Now, 1st quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing, and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. So an onside kick fail in the 1st quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried, they just didn't get it done.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. On 1st down, Thompson, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by the Saints.
You got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's 2nd down. Airing it out deep for Smith, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him now. And the Saints add on to their lead. But yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who can also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate him, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Gardner Minshew and the Jags ready to go on offense once again. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Woo! Picked off at the 33. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll run on 1st down. Robinson, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They run. Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
This defense offense really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Minshew throwing on third down, and that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because wrinkles and counters, because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Breeze to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 34. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown run from Alvin Kamara as his guys continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Fields this way up at the 17. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
It'll be Minshew again, able to complete this to Shenault. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there for the Jags, 18 yards, 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. Touchdown, Jaguars. Keelan Cole, 35 yards. And the Jaguars able measure of respectability.
Yeah, you heard it, right? Exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do, tighten down everything they're doing and maybe explode at the right time.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, the first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Looking long for, it's caught inside the 25. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's second down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. So we've reached... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Saints 43, Jaguars 7. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And 2 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And he's taken down. K'Lavon Chaisson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing on second and long. Breeze. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Breeze. Steps away. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
That's caught inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints just continue to roll.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams are...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Pushing off defenders. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken way up at the 25. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball.
first and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jags are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never would show up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys is being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
Well, right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he's got room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier, brought down.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. It's a jet sweep. Sanders leaves him behind on the spin. And one more time. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And a fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Lambo on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Rolling to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
34-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened down here.
Use that as ammo going.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because you're...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use it.
And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
Final score, Saints
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.